Hi, this is Swapnil Bhartia, and welcome to our special series of interviews for PrestoCon Day. And today we have with us Kishore Gopalakrishnan, co-creator of Apache Pinot. Kishore, first of all, it's great to have you on the show.
Thanks, Swapnil. It's really exciting to be on the show. Thanks for inviting me.
I would love to know a bit about your own background and why and when you created Apache Pinot project, and what is the story behind the name itself?
This project started in at LinkedIn in 2014, and the one of the main reasons why we started this was to provide analytics to the millions of LinkedIn users. So if you have seen something like who viewed my profile on LinkedIn, and you see the chart, and that's being powered by Apache Pinot in the background. And when we started this, we didn't really have a solution that would serve millions of users and at thousands of queries per second.
A lot of things have changed. A lot of cloud native buzzwords that we hear today, or a lot of cloud native technology that we use today, did not even exist back then. So, how has the project evolved over time? And talk a bit about the relationship with the PrestoDB ecosystem.
As you all know, LinkedIn is an on-prem system, so we are not really tightly integrated with the cloud native systems. And that's something that we have as a part of the open source community. We have been actively working on in terms of making it cloud native. And one of the first things that we did was integrate with Kubernetes. And that allowed us to actually run the system across all different cloud providers, be it GCP or Amazon or even Azure. And that has exploded in terms of the adoption that we are seeing in with Apache Pinot. And the second part, in terms of the integration with PinotDB, so before I get to that, I think one of the key value propositions that Pinot provides is the speed at scale. And when I say speed, it actually talks about two things. One is the speed at which the ingestion is happening. So we are ingesting at LinkedIn millions and millions of messages per second across all the things that happen on LinkedIn. Every like, every comment, every article that you share on LinkedIn is coming into Apache Pinot. And based on that, we have built like 50 or 70 plus products on LinkedIn. Like any chart that you see, any number that you see on LinkedIn is being covered by Apache Pinot. So you can look at this at any given second. We have 170,000 queries per second that is being served. Right? That's something that is none of the other systems are even come close to that. And that's one of the biggest challenge that we had to solve at LinkedIn, to be able to solve so many user-facing queries and still be able to provide millisecond latency. So we are not talking about even sub-second, it's like really millisecond, and we have a very strong SLA guarantee. So now Pinot has built lots of indexing techniques that allows us to achieve this. And now if we kind of compare and contrast this with Presto, Presto is super flexible. You can write a lot of powerful queries, you can write a lot of joins, but it doesn't have the speed that it can provide at scale. And that's where this combination makes it super powerful for us, where you can actually combine the power, the speed of Pinot with the flexibility of Presto. So now you have a whole system that can cover the entire landscapes. And this is something that has been achieved at LinkedIn, Uber, where the combination of these two solve pretty much all the use cases, analytical use cases at these companies. Take Uber Eats, for example. Every order that you place on Uber Eats is coming into Pinot, and the restaurant managers are getting real-time live dashboards served out of Pinot directly. And then you can look at internal data scientists, and they are querying the same data via Presto, because now they are doing a lot more complex analytical operations on this. So this combination is super powerful, and this allows us to get the best out of both worlds, where you're getting real-time and speed from Pinot, and you're getting the flexibility from Presto. So it covers the entire analytical landscape.
Can you talk about your participation at the PrestoCon Day event?
So I will be participating in a panel in Presto along with authors of Superset, Hoodie, and also Facebook authors on PrestoDB. So we'll be just talking about the entire analytical ecosystem and talking about every layer, like the storage layer, the ingestion layer, the query processing layer, and also the visualization layer, and how all these things can actually put together to solve the analytical needs at any large scale organization.
What value do you see in today's world, first of all, after pandemic? physical interactions are limited. We are not doing any more in-person events. So what is the importance, what is the significance of events like PrestoCon day, which is more focused, more targeted, is a half day, 1 day event for the community?
I mean, it helps us definitely know what are all the good things that are happening in the world. And the beauty of this kind of event is you don't have to be virtually present. I mean, even though it's kind of something that we say that, hey, we cannot meet people in person, it's also, you can think of the positive side that it's open for everyone. And the barrier to attend such an event and gather knowledge is really, really low right now compared to what it was before. So to me, it helps. It opens up the knowledge for everyone to actually understand about what's going on in the world, irrespective of where you are, and have access to all this information.
What are the sessions or talks that you are personally interested in attending, or you would recommend us to watch out for?
I think the entire connector ecosystem of Apache of Presto is really amazing. I think it's able to bring in the best of multiple systems in one. So if I were to pick, I would definitely pick the ones that are enhancing the connector ecosystem and trying to get the best of the two worlds. And every project has one or two talks around it. And definitely one of the things that I would suggest, I mean, obviously I'm biased here, is the talk between Presto and Pinot together, and what are all the enhancements that we did as part of the connector. Because before this, connectors were more or less uh, like a push through, which is what that means is it would never, it would, sorry, it would pull all the data from the underlying sources. It would not take advantage of the underlying systems like Pinot, which can actually do a lot of computation without having to pull the data from the underlying data sources. And we did a lot of collaboration with the Presto folks at Facebook to actually enhance the connector ecosystem. And I think that's something that I would personally be interested in learning more, and also people to learn more about it and capitalize on the power that it brings to the analytical world.
Kishore, thank you so much for taking time out today and talk about not only your project, but also a bit of our ecosystem, the challenges that your team faced at LinkedIn, and even now how companies have to deal with a lot of interesting data at the real time. So the challenges that you're tackling there with this project is incredible. So thanks for sharing all of that. And we all look forward to attending the event and to check out the sessions that you recommend. So once again, thank you.
Thanks, Swapnil. It was really a pleasure being here. Thanks for inviting me.